What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Cosmic Carolinian. On today's episode, we have a list of movies that I don't care for, or movies that I'm not going to bother watching. And I will say, I do have an opposing list of movies that I am interested in and that I will be seeing. And in addition to that, I don't want it to be all hate. It's a short list. It's not too many movies that I don't want to see, or maybe I'm just not aware of them and that's why they're not on this list, but these are the ones that I do not want to see. But it's short. Okay, so starting off the list, and this is in no particular order, and two of these movies are already out, but that would be Madam Web. Everybody knows that when it comes to Sony Marvel movies, they are not the best. They have had a lot of flops. If it's not the animated side with Spider-Man or the live action side with Spider-Man, it's going to be a flop. And that has been no different with movies like Morbius, Madam Web. Venom kind of sucks in my opinion. I do enjoy the second Venom more than I enjoyed the first one, but it still stands. The Sony Marvel movies, in my opinion, are terrible. And I feel like that would be no different with Madam Web. I have not seen this movie, but based off the trailers and all of the things surrounding it, all the feedback and stuff, I've only heard two people say something positive about it. One of the people's on YouTube, the other person I know in real life. That's it. I haven't heard anything good about this movie. And so for that, I'm going to be skipping it because it looks like a YouTube fan-made movie. And I know that sounds like the cliche, everybody has been saying that, but it's the truth. It really looks like it was made just for YouTube. And, you know, it is what it is. So number two will be Joker 2. And it pains me to say that because I thoroughly enjoyed the first Joker movie. But if the rumors are true and this really does turn out to be a musical, I'm not watching it just for that simple fact. I absolutely hate musicals. There are only two movies that I like that are musicals, and that would be Repo and Spirited with Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds. Because I don't know what it is. For me, I guess the reason why I don't like musicals is because the fact that you need to sing just to talk about how you're going to get some coffee, or you need to sing just to explain, you know, your trip to the dry cleaners or something like that is absolutely ridiculous. That's not how real life is. I cannot stand musicals for that reason. And it sucks because, like I said, I really enjoyed what Todd Phillips did with the first Joker movie. I thought it was pretty good for it to be a Elseworld tale, which is what James Gunn is calling it now. But this one I'm gonna have to skip, and there's nothing against Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga. I enjoy both of their acting skills, but this one is gonna be a no for me. And yeah, so next on here we have Dune 2. I feel like a lot of people enjoyed the first movie. My wife did. I know she did. She liked the movie. Anything with Zendaya in it, she's gonna support. So yeah, but I found myself wanting this movie to be over like as soon as possible. This was one of the most boring movies I have ever watched in my life. I understand that it's a book adaptation and all of this stuff, but I absolutely hated the movie. I could not stand it. It was boring, the action sucked, it was weird. And the thing that really irritates me, and I'm not gonna ruin it for those of you who do want to see it, but the cause that they were fighting over, like what they were fighting over, the thing that caused all this chaos, was one of the dumbest things to me. It was almost like a Batman versus Superman situation, where the reason why they stopped fighting, it's the opposite with this movie, but the reason why they stopped fighting was because both of their mom's name was Martha. And I will say, I do like Batman and Superman. I know I'm one of the 2% of people on the planet that like that movie. I still have my gripes with it, but it's a situation like that. The whole reason everyone is at war is crazy to me in Dune. And so with Dune 2, I am cool. I'll pass on it because I'm sure it's going to be just as boring as the first one. I know they have a stacked cast and everybody, in the movie, from the first one. I don't know who all is in the second one, but they had Josh Brolin, Jason Momoa, Zendaya, Timothy Chalamet. I forgot the one guy's name, the guy who plays the scientist on Thor. He was the main villain. And I know they had a stacked cast, but I cannot, for the life of me, stand that movie. So unfortunately, I'm going to be skipping that one as well, based off the first one. And yeah. So next is Godzilla and Kong, the New Empire. I have said for many years now, probably after, I want to say whichever one, I'm losing the actual titles and stuff. I'm losing the order of them. I don't know what number they're on and whatnot, but the one, I want to say it was like Godzilla King of the Monsters or something like that, where he fought all these other titans and whatnot. After that movie, I started to care less and less. That movie was so, I don't know, maybe I'm just done with the whole kaiju monster thing. I'm not sure what it is, but I did not like that movie, didn't enjoy it at all. Then on top of that, I still did it to myself, and I watched the movie where it was Godzilla versus Kong, and they had to fight the metal Godzilla and all that. After that, I was like, okay, I'm officially done. I'm done. I'm not doing this to myself anymore. I'm not watching this. I'm done. And the whole thing with Hollow Earth and all that, I'm like, dog, what is this? And so I am completely done with Godzilla, with King Kong. If I want to go watch a good movie from both of them, I'll watch Skull Island and I'll watch the 2014 Godzilla. But other than that, I'm done. I want this franchise to die off. I really do. I mean, it's different. Like, usually this is the way I am. I will sit there, if I watched one movie and then it goes up to 5, I'm like, all right, I'm committed. Fast and Furious, for a perfect example. I have watched every single Fast and Furious movie. I know that they suck, but I'm just like, I'm this deep into watching all of these movies, I might as well keep going. I know they suck. It's more of a guilty pleasure thing for me at this point with the Fast and Furious franchise. But, I'm not going to do that with Godzilla. I'm not getting sucked into any more terrible franchises. I'm really not. So, Godzilla and Kong, the New Empire, I'll be skipping. Those two and the orangutan with ice breath. I'm cool on it. I'll pass. So, anyway. What do we have next? Civil War. Civil War is a movie that is a little bit too real with the social things that are going on, the social climate, all of the potential race war glimpses that we have going on now. I mean, it's too much that's going on. And I feel like that is the powers that be adding more fuel to the fire, because we already have had a few examples of what could lead to an actual civil war. And this would be Civil War II, because America had a civil war before. So let's not have another one, please. So that's why I'm going to be skipping Civil War, the movie, because it's a little bit too close to home. And then, in the trailer, the guy is like, he's about to get shot or whatever, and he's like, I'm an American. And the guy asks, he's like, what kind of American are you? And see, that's the thing. There's two sides to the American flag. There's two sides to America. Probably more than two sides, because for us as black people, there's a whole different side than what white people have. But then for Asians or Hispanics or whatever, like, I'm sure there's other sides too. So there's one side There's white people on that side of the flag, and then it's every other minority on that side. And I know I'm kind of limiting it to race, but there's other things too. I mean, we have the potential crash of the government and the dollar and all of these different issues that we have. We have a corpse as our president. I mean, there's so many different things that factor into what could lead to a civil war or just any type of catastrophe, you know. And so I'm gonna be skipping Civil War for that simple fact. And yeah, I'm not gonna watch that. That's a little bit too real, you know. So speaking of things that I want to not make it on the big screen, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I have not watched Planet of the Apes since Mark Wahlberg was in the movies, and even back then I hated him. I've never found this franchise enjoyable. I know everything is not for everybody, and that's why I try to stress on this channel, this is just my opinion. You are free to do whatever you want, watch whatever you want, believe whatever, all of that. This is just my opinion. The fact that Talking Apes has turned into a franchise, and I know that the movies came out back in the 60s or whatever. Like, I know that these movies have been around for a long time, but I don't understand I don't get what the appeal is to these movies. I really don't understand it. And I just can't get with it, just for that simple fact. I'm not even gonna dog it. I'm not gonna trash it because I don't really know the story and whatnot. The movies just seem so unintriguing, and so for that reason I'm gonna be skipping the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. That's right, yeah, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. For my final thing on the list, we have Night Swim. This movie has already been released and it just seems stupid. Again, it seems like a movie that is straight to Netflix, which is the new bargain bin at Walmart. It is a B horror movie from what I've seen, and your swimming pool is haunted or something like that. Like, the premise just sounds stupid. For that matter, I'm going to skip this movie because I don't even go swimming. I hate swimming. I can't swim, and I'm not going swimming. But then you add a poltergeist in the pool too. Like, so now I can really drown like that? No, I'm cool. I'm gonna pass. I'm not going to watch this movie. I'm cool on that. So that concludes my list, and yeah, I will follow up with the movies that I am excited for, the movies that I will be watching, because that is a longer list. And like I said, I really don't want to bash these movies and stuff. At the end of the day, it's still art. There's been times in the past where I've been a little bit too critical about other artists and stuff. I'm an artist myself. I make music. I do a podcast. I do this channel. I do my gaming channel. Like, I understand how hard it is to come up with concepts for any type of art or whatever, and come up with something unique and original. I get that. I understand. So I'm gonna try to be less critical on this channel, although I did say a little bit, you know, about some of these movies that could have been taken harshly. But going forward, I'm gonna do a better job to be more, not PC, not, you know, whatever. It's my opinion, man. That's, at the end of the day, it's my opinion. I don't mean anything bad about the people or, you know, whatever, the creators behind it. Like, I'm not trying to, you know, crap on them, but my opinion. So yeah, all right, well guys, as you can see, I'm back. I can actually start making videos again more frequently because I don't have two nieces running around here anymore, and hopefully it stays that way, but we will see. But yeah, I'm back. So thank you guys for tuning in. If you don't mind, please leave a comment, please leave a comment, like, subscribe, share the video, and tell me what you think. Are there some movies that you guys won't be watching this year, or when I do the flip side of this, movies that you will be watching, let me know in advance so I can add those movies in if it's something that intrigues me for the other list. But as far as this one, let me know if there's movies that you don't want to see, movies that you think are gonna suck, and let's have a discussion about it, you know, in the comments down below. And yeah, all right, well, I'll catch you guys on the next video. See ya.